So the writer's strike is finally over, and I am so happy to tell you that we fucking won. This is the contract that we just spent the last 148 days fighting for.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
We have the writer's strike has just ended though, and I wanted to give you this video from Adam Conover, which is really cool. Adam Conover, I've been a fan of him for years, and you know, his leadership during the strike has really, oh no, we didn't include we didn't get the writers, the WGA clip. Oh dear. Let's see if I can find it on the internet. Hold on. But, you know, Adam Conover, I've been a fan of him for years, and then his leadership in the strike has really cemented that. You know, it's super great when your faves are pro-union, right? And so he has definitely done that. And he's been really leading the strike. And so the strike is now over. They have a tentative agreement. That doesn't mean that everything is done. The writers still have to vote on it. But this tentative agreement, by all accounts, looks pretty good. It really does look pretty good. And so I would anticipate a ratification, but we'll see. You know, you never really know. Something different could always happen. But they won about 4 or 5 times more than what they were asking for. So there was some analysis that said that the original, than what the companies were offering. So there was some analysis that said that basically the original company offers would increase the value of the contract by like $43 million. $43 million more would go to writers over the course of this contract than if it had stayed status quo. And so now with this tentative agreement, it's like $250 million more, which is very cool. And so we are... And so this is, I'm going to play this clip here from Adam Conover, where Adam Conover kind of talks about all of the really cool stuff and some of the groundbreaking stuff that they got in this contract. So let's listen to this.
So the writer's strike is finally over, and I am so happy to tell you that we fucking won. This is the contract that we just spent the last 148 days fighting for. And let me tell you what's in it. A guarantee that a minimum number of writers be hired on every show. A guarantee that comedy variety writers like me be paid the same in streaming as we are in TV. Provisions that mean better pay for screenwriters, better pension and health for writing teams, script fees for staff writers for the first time, and protections against AI that mean that AI can't write scripts, edit scripts, or undermine our rights and credits. And we won a success-based residual. So for the first time, when more people watch a movie or TV show on streaming, the writer that created it will make more money too. These are all things that they swore to us 5 months ago they would never give us in a million years. But we went on strike and we hung together until they were forced to come to the table and meet our demands. And we changed not just our industry for ourselves, but for every writer who comes after us. And I am so proud of us. Thank you to every writer who made this victory happen. And thank you to every fellow worker who stood with us. We are going to stand with you as well, because what this proves is that when workers stand together, we win. And now, let's get back to writing.
Hey, 5 seconds. Just wanted to say that this is only possible because of our donors. If you want to see more of this, then consider donating yourself at tvlr.fm/donate.
Yeah, so that's really cool. Really happy for the writers. And, you know, in some of my appearances on radio, you know, I was told that, you know, a lot of people may not have sympathy for the writers and all this kind of stuff. And I have just not found that to be true. And the polls have not borne that out. The polls have not borne that out. The polls have showed that the American public has consistently been on the side of writers, because everything that they've been asking for has been eminently reasonable, and because, you know, it's been clear that the media companies have been consistently decreasing the quality of all of the jobs in the industry, but, you know, in particular, as it relates to this situation, of writing. And that's an issue, and I think people can understand that. And it's not to say that, as Bill Maher did, that they're going to be guaranteed a living no matter what they do or what the quality is or anything like that. You know, it's to say that, look, if you're going to be creating product for multi-million-dollar companies, you should share in the value that you create, and it shouldn't all go to these, you know, vampires and leeches at the top. So yeah, really cool stuff there. And somebody else said, you know, the analysis about the total cost, it went from like 20 or 40 million to maybe 200 million. But the total cost of the original proposal from the WGA was like 450 million, I think. So they didn't get all of what they wanted. I think somebody said that they got like 42% of the total value of everything that they wanted. But, you know, you don't get everything in a contract, and it's significantly more than they originally asked for. So we'll see if the writers accept it. I think I would anticipate that they would, especially since Adam Conover seems so pleased with it, and there's no reason to believe that he would be trying to sell a bad contract. So we'll see what happens, and we'll keep you updated. Of course, this does not mean that the actors are not still on strike. The actors are still on strike, and so all of these, and so, you know, there are still struck products, and so influencers have been asked by SAG-AFTRA not to promote struck works. And so that means that, you know, not reviewing, you know, union films and TV shows or anything like that. And a lot of creators are doing that. You know, in particular, I'm thinking about one popular anime adaptation that was adapted into live action. The SAG and the WGA did not ask for a consumer boycott, but they did ask that, you know, you don't promote these works. And this anime adaptation was really popular, and I watched it and all that stuff, but it was covered by a lot of social media influencers, by a lot of creators. And, you know, I think for the most part, they just didn't really realize what they were doing. I don't think that most of them were intentionally undercutting the strike or disobeying kind of what the union was asking for. But there were a couple, so, you know, I watch TikTok sometimes, and because I like anime, there are a few anime TikTokers that I watch. Like, they talk about anime. Saiga Runner and Brody Lohman, both of them have, and their whole content is really centered around this anime that was adapted into live action, and they stood in solidarity and are standing in solidarity because the actors are still on strike, and they're continuing to stand in solidarity with the actors and formerly the writers, and not reviewing this new product, which is really like at the center of what their TikTok page is about. And so I have been really impressed with their sacrifice and their solidarity there, because I know that they could have gotten a lot of hits off of that. And so I like to shout people out when they do good, and I really do appreciate them. I think that's not, you know, it's not super small, because for at least Saiga Runner, that's like how he's making money now. That's like his living is TikTok, which is bonkers, but he makes a lot of videos, and he does a good job. So
you just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.